The world of weightlifting, weight training, bodybuilding is full of bro science. Some bro science isn't negative, some bro science is fantastic. If it works, it works. You don't necessarily need to have a PhD to do certain things. Sometimes just lifting big heavy weights requires you to just lift big heavy weights. You don't need to be a scientist to do that. However, there's a video that came out recently by Jon Venus, who's a bodybuilder, and he put out some bro science here, but I can understand why he did it. But if we just listen to his video, is titled Why You're Not Progressing in the Gym, and it goes into the idea that you've got to have shorter rests between sets in the gym. Why? Why does a shorter rest between sets in the gym give you more progression? There's not much science behind it, but let's just hear what he's got to say for himself here.
As I say, yeah, you got to be going to the gym with full intensity.
Good idea.
The way that a lot of people lose track is the time in between sets, the time in between each set. People let 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes go by, when in reality, you have to keep it to a minimum.
They have to keep it. Why?
To have 1 to 2 minutes maximum.
Why?
In between each set, in between each exercise. And that seems to be something that works really well, just to keep the intensity super high. And you can play around with it. There is no right or wrong, but if you're just dragging on too long, the workout is going to be like 2 hours before you get to go through all the exercises. So try to keep it a little
blah 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 blah. So his idea is that to get progress in the gym, you need to do some exercises until you're at near failure, that he does, and then only have a set period of rest between exercises. You do your 25 down. Right, need to get an app out, time myself. Oh, there's 45 seconds. Must be ready to go now until you go do it. That's what we call bro science. There's not much research behind that. The reason why that's out there, so it's not all bad. The reason why that advice is out there is because the majority of people go to the gym for an hour. Or maybe an hour and a half, and then they'll go sit in the jacuzzi afterwards. And if you tell them, have 5 minutes between sets, they will literally go to the gym, sit on the machine, on their phone for 5 minutes between sets, doing nothing, annoying everybody. So a lot of the gym advice is, really work out fast and low rest. Yeah, you don't need rest, just go into your next exercise straight away. Keep that intensity high. But that's really just to make sure that you're not annoying everyone in the gym. What that does is, let's say you're doing an exercise, you're doing your shoulder press. I think that was his example in his video. I'll put a link to it down below. He does that, he goes, okay, can't do anymore. I'll rest for a minute, and then he will start the next exercise in a state of fatigue. So all that's really happening there, all that's really doing is bringing in central nervous system fatigue. You're creating a lactic acid buildup in your muscles, and you're not doing the best for yourself. If you go to the point of full recovery, so let's say 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, depending on your last set, maybe half an hour, you'll be at the gym for hours. But if you have the opportunity to be at the gym for 2 hours, 3 hours, maybe all you're doing is working on squats. Maybe you're able to go to the gym every single day and you can spend a whole hour just practicing squats. Trying to only have 45 seconds, 1 minute between each set, you will burn yourself out really quickly. You'll just be training in a sub-maximal way because you'll be training tired muscles, which is great if that's your overall goal, if you want to just have that sort of adaptation. But if you're wanting to gain strength, it's better to have the ability to train your maximum strength over and over and over. And additionally, it's dose dependent. So both strength gains and muscular gains are dose dependent in terms of volume. So not necessarily intensity. They'll tell you intensity, but intensity they're talking about is usually about the weight. You lift up a heavy weight, your muscles have a metabolic adaptation within each individual cell to kind of go, we need to either get bigger, stronger, more efficient, have more neurons, have more mitochondria within each cell. And if you do a quick exercise for half an hour, great. What was it? 1 whole hour in the gym is only 4% of the day. If you can spend 3 hours in the gym working on that one exercise, on those muscles, then you're going to have a lot more progress going there, especially if you're doing it 3 hours, long rest in between, but you're able to do maximum effort for every single one, not just until it gets really sore and the lactic acid gets really bad. So my advice, Bro Science in the gym. If you don't want to know anyone, definitely go for 45 seconds, 1 minute, 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes rest maximum on your app, checking that out before you go again, and then do your next sub-maximal effort again. Or if you have the ability to do a workout at home and you're not in any rush, and you're able to do a warm-up and a cool-down at your own pace, and you're wanting to gain the maximum strength and actual muscle development as well, hypertrophy, if you want to call it that way, then being able to do the heaviest weight you can is far better than just training a fatigued muscle to build up more lactic acid. But again, there are some sports where having lactic acid throughput, clear out efficiency in your muscles is great. So if you're going to take up rock climbing, then yeah, practice exercises where you're doing a very short rest in between, so therefore your body's building up lactic acid and your body has to develop the pathways to drain the lactic acid from the muscle groups that you're using. But if all you're trying to do is get big and strong, lactic acid isn't helping you in any sort of way. Don't train in a fatigued way. Just try and lift heavy and as much as possible and lift the most amount of volume. So again, I'm going to be doing squats, and I'll just show you. In fact, I'll put this in like a time warp kind of thing, and I'll show you my workout, but I'll be doing this for about the next 2 hours for the gains that I'm trying to get. So yeah, Bro Science, you don't always have to believe it, and you don't have to only bring out an app for your rest periods for you to get the best something out of your body. If you want to get bigger and stronger, Jon Venus's advice wasn't technically the best. On the Wendler 531 for my beltless, no hands, ass to grass front squat. Today's meant to be my 5s day, and I'm only meant to be going up to 57 kilograms. But I want to see what my max is again. I think it's 72. So not huge, but about 20 kilograms more than what I was able to do a month ago. So just now we've got 69 kilograms. So I'll try and do just one of this. Whew. Go on. Okay, happy with that. Let's head up to 73. Going up to 75 kilograms. Got that one surprisingly easy, so going for 77.
Heart rate 79.
Woo! Got it. Oh, cool. 77. I think that's a PR for just now. Now I'm going to go back into my Wendler 531 and do my 5s, which I'm meant to be doing on 57, so 20 kilograms lighter. Let's see how many I can get with 5 reps. Happy with 9 pretty decent pause reps for that, so yeah. Mm.